Welcome to the Parsha Perspective. Each week, we will delve deep in a weekly Torah portion to find a practical and insightful way to enhance your daily life. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Rabbi Shalom Yemini, and each week we will look into the weekly Torah portion to find practical and insightful ways to enhance your daily life. This week's Parsha Perspective is in honor of our homeland, Eretz Yisroel. May HaKadosh Baruch Hu, may God protect our brave soldiers, and may HaKadosh Baruch Hu return all the hostages from Gaza immediately. This week's Parsha Perspective is in honor of the Refuah Shlema of our Amitai ben Shoshanna and all those who need to experience a speedy and complete recovery. This week's Parsha Perspective is in living memory of Hinda Bas Udl, Edward Ben Efraim, Shlomo Ben Edward, and Yirachmiel Daniel Ben Gedalia. May their souls be uplifted and may their memories be a blessing. The release date of this episode coincides with the birthday of the Lubavitcher Rebbe, Rabbi Menachem Mendel Schneerson, of blessed memory. With immense dedication, the Rebbe set out to rebuild the Jewish nation after the Holocaust, which nearly shattered world Jewry. The Rebbe sent shluchim, emissaries across the globe to revitalize and reinvigorate the Jewish people. Today, his shluchim, his emissaries, are in over 1,000 cities in 100 countries and in all 50 states, totaling to more than 4,000 institutions worldwide. And in merit of his birthday and in honor of his birthday, may we take upon ourselves something to add in our mitzvahs, in our connection to God, and hopefully bring about the ultimate redemption. This Shabbos, the Shabbos before Pesach, is called Shabbos HaGadol, the Great Shabbos. The Shulchan Aruch explains that a great miracle happened on the 10th of Nisan when the Jewish people left Egypt, which was on Shabbos. On the 10th of Nisan, the Jewish nation was told by God to choose a lamb for the Korban Pesach, for the Pesach sacrifice. And miraculously, the Egyptians did not punish or kill the Jewish people for preparing to kill one of their gods, the lamb. And instead, they left them alone and let them get the lamb ready for the Korban Pesach, for the Pesach sacrifice. Traditionally, rabbis give long speeches to prepare the congregations for the holiday of Pesach. This week's Torah portion is Parsha Metzora, Redemption Through Unity. Our Parsha begins with the rigorous process of purification that a person must undergo after the tzaras, after the leprosy is pronounced healed by a kohen. The Torah then explains that tzaras can be found in homes too. The pasuk writes that when the Jewish people arrive in the land of Canaan, they might find some houses plagued with tzaras, which is a stone becoming discolored with a red or green complexion. A kohen is summoned if the person sees symptoms and thinks the house has tzaras. They must examine the home, and if he suspects that the discoloration may be tzaras, the home must be quarantined for up to 3 weeks, and at that point the house is either declared pure or specific stones must be removed. In the most extreme of cases, the whole house must be demolished. However, a question comes to mind. There seems to be a contradiction at the beginning of our parsha. The pasuk writes, "Zois tiyeh teras ha-metzora b'yoyim tarasei v'huva el hakohen." And these are the laws of the Metzora on the day of his purification when he is brought to the kohen. But the next pasuk, the following pasuk, begins with the exact opposite. V'yatza hakohen el michutz lamachaneh, and the kohen shall go out of the camp to see the Metzora, to see the leper. So is the Metzora, the person who is impure from leprosy, brought to the kohen, or must the kohen go out of the Jewish camp to purify the Metzora? Rabbi Yosef Dov Soloveitchik, a descendant of the great Brisker rabbinic dynasty, simply known as the Rav, gives a very powerful explanation. He writes that according to the simple understanding of the verse, the simple understanding of the law, the leper, the Metzora, must go to see the kohen to begin the purification process. But the Rav, Rabbi Soloveitchik, notes a slight issue. Aside from being impure, the leper, the Metzora, must isolate themselves from the community. They were expelled from their city until they were tahor, until they were purified once again. And although the law states that they must go to the kohen, they would have been ashamed, they would have been embarrassed to enter back into their city by themselves, and hence the Torah writes that the kohen must go out of his way, go out of the city to the leper, to the Metzora, so they could begin their purification process. The Rav learns a profound lesson from the Torah's care, the Torah's consideration of the Metzora's feelings. When a person is ready to make his amends, we must welcome them back sincerely. We should not make the process overly difficult or use their past indiscretions against them. We should accept their sincere apologies and welcome back into the fold. In fact, writes the Rav, We must go out of our way to make them feel our acceptance. Just as the kohen would accompany the previously impure person back to the Jewish camp, we must demonstrate our empathy and our understanding. When we associate, mingle, and show our support, we complete the process of purification with the reintegration into our society. The Lubavitcher Rebbe, Rabbi Menachem Mendel Schneerson, embodied the idea of the kohen going out to the Metzora, of the kohen going out to the leper. Rather than waiting for the Jewish people to come to him, he sent thousands of rabbis, of his emissaries, of his Hasidim, his followers across the globe, to reach out to every single Jew. And notwithstanding their level of observance, the Rebbe wanted every Jewish person to know that they are invaluable to God. And without their existence and without their fulfillment of potential, our world is incomplete. We will not experience the Geula, the ultimate redemption, if even one person is left behind. So in honor of the Rebbe's birthday, join and take part of his mission to make the Geula, the ultimate redemption, a reality. Embrace his visionary approach and extend a hand to someone in need. Reach out and make space for them in your home, in your heart, and in your community. Ensure that they know that despite their observance, they are necessary and essential to the Jewish nation, and we must actively participate in building a unified community to hasten the Geula, the ultimate redemption. I will conclude with a quote from Rabbi Lord Jonathan Sachs's Haggadah. By reciting the Haggadah, Jews give their children a sense of connectedness to Jews throughout the world and a sense of unity to the Jewish people throughout time. Have a great weekend, a good Shabbos, and a stress-free preparation for Pesach. Thank you for tuning in to the Parsha Perspective. Check out our website, theparshaperspective.com. Send thoughts and comments to theparshaperspective@gmail.com. Till next time, thanks for listening.